Young daughter, you know that most little girls love anything that has to do with princesses and sparkles and the color pink. But why?
You gotta help me.
Like all mothers, Peggy Orenstein wants the world for her daughter, Daisy.
You want to raise your daughter so that she doesn't think that she can't do anything because she's a girl.
Daisy has big dreams, too.
Yeah, I want to be a geologist, a librarian, and I want to own a bakery. I like making pastries.
I do totally like them. I love the
But Peggy, author of a new book called Cinderella Ate My Daughter, became concerned about the pink storm headed for her daughter. So she did some research.
Are you beautiful?
Yes, I am beautiful. And you told me, you said if I was beautiful, and I'm always beautiful.
Who said what about that?
You said, are you beautiful? And I said, and I was almost gonna say, she's thinking I'm not beautiful, and I am always beautiful. Get away from me!
Well, what's different now is that there is an unprecedented amount of marketing and focus and emphasis on little girls, really little girls, and encouraging them to embrace beauty and play sexiness as what they do. And that just really wasn't the case when you and I were little. So when we were little, maybe we got our, our first Bonnie Bell lip smackers when we were 12, maybe.
Yes, right,
and now they have the full array when they're 4, which, I don't know, maybe that's okay, but when
Do you feel that fairy tales are corrupting to young children?
Not at all.
Why do you feel that way?
I think that it is up to the parent to teach the children what's real, what's not, and I think that children should have imaginations, whether it be Disney or any kind of appropriate program that a parent picks for their kids is totally fine with me.
Friends, but it's the parents who have the credit cards.
Yeah.
And so I say with the infiltration of all of this princess and sexism stuff, we have to be more powerful parents.
Yeah.
We have to be on our game more than ever, and a lot of parents just aren't.
The thing that bugs me about the princess stuff isn't so much the dressing up and all. It's the whole that you think a guy's going to come in and save you, like your prince is coming.
Prince Charming's
and I think that's something that a lot of kids grow up believing and realizing later that that's not really the case at all.
I think that no matter what a child is or isn't, you should always boost their self-esteem and just let them excel in the areas that they do well in.
Again, it comes down to the parents. If you are a good role model, if you're teaching your kids the right values, that's how they're going to be raised. They're not going to be influenced by other people if you're present and communicating and involved.
and I would also say that you really have to find things that you can say yes to, because you're never going to convince your daughter.
You got to pick your fights also.
That you
don't want to be against
choices.
everything all the time.
Right. By saying no.
How would you help prevent young girls from thinking that they are nothing less than perfect from just the way they are?
By praising them, and whatever they do, just give them good praise so that they think that it's not just beauty, it's if they're good or do a good deed, that's just as important.
I always, you guys have heard me say this before, we're raising adults, we're not raising children. And so everything is about moderation. You're trying to teach that early. So yes to princesses, yes to Hannah Montana. Just not only that.
Right.
They have to have athletic supplies.
Right.
They have to have books to read that are stuff, cooking, arts and crafts,
Instruments
all
to
those
play,
things have to be
right.
involved.
Do you think young girls should be put into pageants if they are against the decision themselves?
No, I don't think young girls should be put into pageants because they shouldn't be forced to do anything they don't want to do. They're just going to become unhappy, and they shouldn't be forced to do anything that they're not having fun with.
No,
Just one more. I would like to say that beauty doesn't play a part in winning pageants, but they're called beauty pageants for a reason.
don't tear it!
You're almost
Don't tear it! Oh!
almost done. She's done, honey. You're all done. It's all done. Hey, you're all done. Normally, I would have just held her down and ripped it off.
How about we just give it a try?
I don't like it.
I've made promises to her that if Carly does well, she's getting a kitten.
It doesn't feel comfortable.
It really accentuates your eyes. If you're one, they're cute. Then you are them. I'll get you one again. Think about the cat. You gotta step it up. don't mean it. Go into that restaurant, we're getting you a Mountain Dew. You've got to step it up.
No!
Look at me, stop.
I don't need one.
It ends right here. You went way too fast on stage. That was your beauty, Carly.
I didn't go fast. I want it to be a halter. I don't want the strips to go back. Because I got more points with the halter. It's like really important to be perfect.
These parents are mistreating their children and are forcing them to do things for the pageants they don't want to do. They make the experience about themselves and they are sexualizing their kids. The definition of child abuse is the physical, emotional, or sexual mistreatment of children. These parents are abusing their kids on national television